Hi, I'm Tiffany and I am a graduate assistant at the Writing Center. This presentation is designed to teach you about the purpose and some important details about academic writing. We'll also talk about how academic writing can prepare you for your career and some helpful tips. The Writing Center is part of a larger Center for Learning and Writing Support. We offer support services in the 4 different categories listed on the slide. First, we have writing support through undergraduate and graduate one-on-one writing consultations to brainstorm, draft, and revise writing projects. Second, we have tutoring services that include one-on-one and small group tutoring services for a variety of courses. Third, we have supplemental instruction where SI leaders provide study strategies for note-taking, organization, and test preparation. And lastly, we have peer academic coaching, which is individual and group support to help students set and achieve goals and develop behaviors, habits, and strategies for success in college. So in this workshop, we will be talking about what academic or college writing is and best practices for writing papers at the college level. As you think about your previous writing in high school, think about what was writing like in high school. What type of writing did you commonly do? How long were the essays? And was it usually a 5-paragraph essay? So we will talk about a writing style that you might be familiar with in your previous writing. The 5-paragraph theme or 5-paragraph essay is a very common way of writing. If you use this style, you've probably wrote an introduction paragraph and 3 body paragraphs, with each one with 1 piece of evidence, and then a conclusion paragraph. This form can be helpful, but it focuses on the form rather than the content that you are showing. It will often show that you know the material, but may not produce anything new. This type of essay isn't used as often in the real world. So writing in college is a little bit different. You will find that there are many more types of assignments that all have different goals. For instance, you might be writing to learn, like in lecture notes where you want to turn what you've just heard into something you can read and review. You also might be writing to demonstrate that you have learned. This can look like a research paper or even an exam that is in the form of an essay. You might also be writing to express yourself, such as in creative writing or writing comics. These types of writing all have a different purpose and will take on a different form. Like writing before college focused on facts and form, it sought to answer the questions who, what, when, and where. It focused on established facts. College writing looks for a little bit more. Academic writing still wants those facts, like what happened and who was involved, but it also wants to answer the questions, how did this happen and why? It creates new knowledge and explores things more deeply. It seeks to make new connections and create new knowledge. Writing in college is about argumentation. There are 3 important steps in this process: making a claim, supporting it with evidence and reasons, and then recognizing limitations or possible objections with evidence and reasons. Instead of demonstrating what you know, writing in college also shows why it matters and how you can use that evidence. While you have probably learned about and used the writing process often before, it becomes even more vital in college. The writing process is inherently individual, non-linear, and flexible. This process differs depending on your writing style and why you're writing. The writing process is also social. People write to communicate things to others, and talking about your writing can help you improve. Now, we'll talk about how you can succeed when writing in college and how to make sure your writing style fits the academic context. The first thing you do is always to make sure you know what your instructor is looking for. You can do this by looking at the assignment sheet, talking about it with your classmates, or visiting the instructor during office hours. The best thing to do if you're confused is always to ask someone, and this can happen at any point in the writing process. Be sure to refer back to the assignment multiple times as you write to make sure you're heading in the right direction. As you're writing, also make sure to consider your audience or the people you think might want to read your writing. Now that you have a clear idea of your task after analyzing the prompt, it is time to begin the writing process. It is a good idea to brainstorm and figure out where you want to end up before you start writing. You might try free writing, making a list of important terms or ideas that you want to mention, or create an outline of your paper. Since you're going to be building arguments and writing more complex papers beyond the 5-paragraph essay, an outline is more important in college writing. Starting with an outline ensures that you know each paragraph builds on the previous one, and together they guide your reader to your main point and argument. Spending time planning your paper before you write it will help you write a clear and well-organized final paper. It is important to plan out your time and not wait until the last minute for academic writing. Your brainstorming and outlining can also help you make sure to budget your time. This strategy will also help ensure that you leave time to make sure your organization, word choice, and grammar are the best as they can be. Professors, as part of the audience you're writing to, will not want to see spelling errors, incorrect words, or typos, as well as long paragraphs that contain more than one point, do not clearly have thesis statements, claims, or any evidence for those claims. You should also avoid writing something that the prompt did not want. You can do this by double-checking the assignment throughout the writing process and asking questions if you're uncertain. You can ask your fellow classmates, go to office hours, or email the professors. It is better to ask a question than to do the wrong thing. Part of writing in college includes using sources. You need sources to support your claims and build your arguments, an important part of academic writing. So let's talk a little bit more about what that looks like. Academic sources might be books, articles, or reports that have been published and typically gone through an evaluation by researchers other than the author in the field. The process of publication ensures that the claims made in these sources are based in research that supports those claims. This is why you can feel confident in using these sources to support your own arguments. When writing academic papers for college classes, always make sure that you use credible sources, not Wikipedia or other similar sources. Using lib.ku.edu to search for sources is a good way to ensure that you are using credible sources. The KU librarians have a wonderful collection of peer-reviewed journals, and the librarians will be happy to help you to figure it out. Just ask. When using sources in your work, you must cite them properly. Typically, your professor will direct you to a specific citation style to use, and you can find online resources to help guide you on following those guidelines. These styles are typically APA, MLA, or Chicago. Citation is especially important in college and in academia. In addition to avoiding plagiarism, citing can help you as well. Citing sources can help you because it shows that you're participating in an ongoing conversation within that community. It shows that you understand these ideas and are contributing to the conversation. So now let's move on to how to revise your writing once you've finished research and outlining. Research shows that instructors value higher order concerns, such as organization and content, over smaller issues that can only affect one sentence. This means that you should focus on those big picture ideas before focusing on the details when you revise and edit. That's why on the diagram of writing process, revising should come before proofreading. Finally, this kind of writing and learning the style of writing is not just to please your professors or to do well in a class. Learning this professional way of writing is not just for your academic classroom, but it will be a skill set for your job. Writing is a threshold skill for a career and is considered during employment and promotion. You will also likely have some writing responsibility in your career, and it can appear in many different forms such as technical reports, memos, letters, emails, and more. Not being able to write and communicate clearly can be detrimental to hiring potential. In short, it's a great idea to work on your writing now. Discussed earlier, citations are important and can add credibility. These are the sources we used for this presentation. They were helpful in giving examples and evidence as well as showing earlier ideas in the discussion about how to write in an academic setting. If you have any questions about the writing process or anything we talked about today, You can schedule a consultation with one of our writing consultants at writing.ku.edu. We have in-person, e-tutoring, and video conferencing appointments available, so you can choose the format that you feel most comfortable with, and we are happy to help you at any stage of your writing process, from brainstorming to revising drafts. If you do come and see us, we are located in the Anschutz Library on the 4th floor. Thank you.